The sun rose gently over the golden horizon of the beautiful island, casting a warm and welcoming glow upon the pristine beach where Mr. Rourke and his loyal assistant stood waiting for the arrival of their new guests. Mr. Rourke looked toward the approaching vessel with a calm and confident smile while Tattoo adjusted his suit, filled with his usual boundless energy and curiosity about the people they were about to encounter. Tattoo looked at the passengers and remarked that a certain lady looked remarkably happy, as if she had absolutely no worries in the world. Mr. Rourke turned to his assistant and explained that Miss Jean Harrigan, a dedicated nurse from Henning, Nevada, indeed seemed carefree, but her reality was much more challenging. He revealed to Tattoo that she was recently divorced and her husband had left her without any support whatsoever, leaving her alone with the heavy responsibility of caring for her elderly mother and 2 small children. Tattoo immediately wondered if she had come to the island to find a rich husband, but Mr. Rourke quickly corrected him, stating that Miss Harrigan was definitely not the type of woman who would marry a man just for money. Instead, her deep fantasy was to have $1 million to spend any way she wished, and Mr. Rourke had promised to deliver exactly that opportunity. He added with a touch of mystery that when this weekend was over, Miss Harrigan would either be very rich or very dead. Tattoo then noticed another guest, an intriguing cowboy, and inquired about his identity. Mr. Rourke informed him that the man was Mr. Mickey Gilliam, a very good country western singer who had been entertaining folks in the honky-tonks of the southern United States for 20 years. Tattoo, being a big fan of country music, admitted he had never heard of him, which Mr. Rourke noted was precisely the singer's problem. Tattoo jokingly asked if the cowboy's fantasy was to play the guitar like Roy Rogers, but Mr. Rourke clarified that his true fantasy was to be, if only for one weekend, that big star headliner he had always dreamed of being. Tattoo suggested that maybe what the musician needed was a good manager, and Mr. Rourke agreed that it was something exactly like that. As the guests gathered, Mr. Rourke stepped forward to greet them with open arms, welcoming them to Fantasy Island and introducing himself as their host. Miss Harrigan approached him, expressing how much this visit meant to her because she had always tried to remain positive about life, but when her husband left her, her mother, and her kids with nothing, it had become harder and harder to keep smiling. Mr. Rourke listened with deep empathy and then showed her a photograph, asking if she recognized the man in the picture. Jean looked closely and said he looked familiar, but she could not quite place him. Mr. Rourke revealed that his name was Mr. Philip Camden, the famous billionaire who was going to be Miss Harrigan's manufacturer. Jean was astonished and asked if that meant he was going to give her the money, which Mr. Rourke confirmed. When she wondered why a stranger would do such a thing, Mr. Rourke explained that while Mr. Camden had always been a great philanthropist, there was a more personal reason in her case, which she would find out when she met him. Tattoo chimed in, mentioning that no one had seen the billionaire for 2 years. Mr. Rourke acknowledged this, explaining that since Mr. Camden moved to the other side of the island, he had become a total recluse, refusing to see anyone except his lawyer and his personal secretary. Jean, determined to help her family, stated that if he wanted to meet her, she was entirely willing to meet him. Mr. Rourke then offered a gentle warning, reminding her that nothing in life comes to us free and that he had a feeling Mr. Philip Camden might be hiding something from the world. Jean responded firmly that she was not interested in his secrets, only in his $1 million. Mr. Rourke smiled and told Tattoo to arrange for one of their drivers to be waiting outside to take her there, and Jean thanked him warmly before departing. Meanwhile, on another part of the island, a soulful country melody echoed through the air as Mickey Gilliam poured his heart into a song about a Texas heartache, singing about a woman whose riding would be over and whose old saddle would be hung on the wall while the sand below told her story. He sang passionately about Texas Heartache No. 1, breaking hearts with eyes of gold. A woman named Kathy cheered him on, shouting that the cowboy was walking all over the audience, and when he finished, she praised his performance. Mickey thanked her and the audience, feeling the thrill of the music. Suddenly, Tattoo stepped up and announced to the crowd that they would be happy to know Mickey would soon be under his exclusive management at the same club very soon. Mr. Rourke appeared, observing the situation, and Mickey quickly tried to explain that he could clarify everything. Mr. Rourke, maintaining his composure, assured Mickey that when they were alone together in his office, he intended to give him every opportunity to do so. He then suggested that Tattoo should tend to his many other duties, and Tattoo obediently agreed. Mickey anxiously inquired about his fantasy, and Mr. Rourke assured him it would begin at the proper moment, but certain arrangements carried out first did not involve his overly enthusiastic assistant. Mickey smiled, calling it a little country hustle on Tattoo's part. Mr. Rourke then explained that another person was vital to making his dream come true, clarifying that it was not a romance Mickey was seeking. He was referring to a Mr. Sherwood, who ran his own country western club on the north shore of the island, a man who had been smelling that sweet honky-tonk wine of success all these years but had never tasted any. Mickey expressed his deep gratitude, and Mr. Rourke told him that to make his dream of being a big star come true, he must follow the pathway leading to Mr. Sherwood's club, where he would find a most accommodating man expecting him. He reminded Mickey that the fantasy could only be completed in that specific club, and Mickey, excited to be a big star in a big club, thanked him and headed off toward his destination. At the grand and secluded estate of Philip Camden, Jean arrived and was led up the stairs where the billionaire was waiting. Philip looked at her with genuine warmth, remarking that she looked lovelier than ever, and dismissed his attendant, Nigel. Jean confessed that she remembered meeting him before and asked if he remembered her. Philip asked her to call him Philip and invited her to sit on the stairs to talk. He recounted that 6 years ago, he was at Lake Mead for a little fishing while crucial business negotiations were going on in Las Vegas. Suddenly, he received word that they were ready to make a deal, but on his way back, his car broke down during a severe thunderstorm, leaving him hitchhiking in the pouring rain. He then recalled that a very nice young lady came by and picked him up. Jean was amazed, realizing that lady was her, and admitted she had thought he was flat broke at the time. Philip laughed, admitting he was indeed broke at that moment because he had left his wallet in his car. He remembered that when he told her he had to get to Las Vegas, she drove him to the nearest town, bought him lunch, and even purchased a bus ticket for him without asking any questions. Now, he explained, he wanted to repay that immense kindness by giving her $1 million, leaving Jean overwhelmed by the incredible turn of events.